As it comes to personal safety, I would say maybe I would suggest that if you decide that you're going to put a charge station on your property, as a property owner, it's your responsibility to ensure the safety of your customers, correct? So it's just the same as a gas station. I can come and put in a gas pump, but I can't govern what happens to the gas pump after it's installed. It would be the gas station now that would put in a security guard or put in a gated system where they can be locked away or whatever it is for them to safeguard their own equipment. I would suggest the same thing. It would be the same thing for an EV charger. You install a DC charger, it's going to be hard to kind of move a DC charger. It's pretty big, but anything is possible, right? And then to disconnect that kind of voltage and current, it would have to be somebody, a full electrician, because I mean, that's straight electrocution right there. You'd have to cut all power to be able to remove, to even think of using a driver to remove that electricity while that is fully pumping. You know, as it comes to the person that is charging, same thing I guess is a gas station. They probably have security guards or whatever it is. Or if it's a food place, maybe it's going to be you wouldn't go there, or you yourself wouldn't go sit there at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning by yourself. You know, you would probably plan your route. All right, so as I said, we have worked on a couple of brands. These are the brands that we have covered so far for ATL and Stewart's. We have done the Audi, the BMW Mini, Jaguar, Land Rover, BYD, and the Mercedes. We have not done any local Teslas yet, sadly. It seems as if when they buy their cars, they maybe have gotten a charger with it or something. So we haven't done that yet, but we have covered pretty much most of these. All right, let me move to the first one. All right, so this is the Forge Series 1. It does real-time current charging, and it gives you a display so you'll be able to watch the charge process. Let me just come and demonstrate on this one right here. So this is the same exact one that we have on the display right now. Right here at the top, you might say 40 amps. It will definitely tell you how much amperage each device takes. So you can have the same one that does 40, and you can have it going to from 16 to 40 amps. So, or a matter of fact, you can even, no, I think the lowest range on it is 16, unless you would break over into a 110 setup. It gives you also the temperature. It shows you the charge time. So what it does when you connect it to the car, it will do a communication in between the car itself, and it will tell you the amount of time that it's going to take to charge the car on the display itself, as well as the kilowattage that it's charging at per hour. So as you see right here, it tells you the voltage, which is, yeah, all right, because that one blank because it's not plugged in. And then these are going to be blank too because it's not plugged. This one is not plugged into anything. But once you see it plugged in, it will say, oh, we're charging at 15 kilowatts per whatever, and then it will give you the time that it's going to take to charge the car.
That tells the charger when to stop pushing for?
Yeah, it's just like your phone. It has a lock-off circuit, so once it's fully charged, it cuts off any form of charging, and the charger, you will actually see where it says charge completed written across the bottom there, and it will just stop the charge sequence completely. Okay. And no, if you have it plugged in for 24 hours or whatever, it won't fluctuate and go down and start charge back again or anything like that. Once it charges, it just cuts off. You'd have to disconnect and reconnect it again to get any form of response from it. Let's move to the next slide. All right, so for the Forge Black Series, which is the one on the side here. All right, so for this one, it comes with, well, this one and the one on the opposite side comes with the application that you're able to log in, monitor it, both from Bluetooth, or you can do it wirelessly. So the first step would be that you would download the app on your phone. Once you have finished downloading the app, sorry, Once you have finished downloading the app, you would use the Bluetooth for the first contact between the device and the first point of contact. So once you go to your Bluetooth, you'll see it pop up inside your Bluetooth. And then once you're connected to it, it will switch over. You can go to the app and you will start to see the serial number of the charger in the app itself. I'll give you a demonstration on my phone with one of these units after this, we finish up with here. So it will come up with the serial number, you log into it, and once you go in, this is pretty much what you're going to see. A display like this that shows you the real-time current, the power consumption, the charge icons, and the real-time voltage, rate, currency, and the charge duration. And it also gives you the temperature, as I was saying before, right? So all of this you'll be able to monitor from just sitting inside your house or wherever you are. You'll be able to monitor the what is happening with your charge time. You can also stop and start a charge. Other capabilities also, you can see what your usage was. So if you plugged in and you're at 20%, if you wanted to figure out how much the charge time between that it took you for charge to full 100, you can log into the app. The app would actually show you the exact amount of time that you used to charge from plugging in to when it stopped. So you can monitor the charge time from here as well. And it also has a section of it that you can use a bill rating that you can actually determine how much electricity you have drawn and how much you're probably going to pay on the electrical bill. All right, so as I was saying to you, these both Black series uses is an app version, right? So this one also uses the same app that the Series 1 uses, right? This one has a smaller display. I think that what they have started to do is reduce the display size because we've been finding that based on the sun and it being out in the elements, after a while, sometimes it starts to affect the actual display itself. So we have actually opted to go with the smaller display instead of the bigger ones, just to be able to maximize on that. Yeah, so that it don't get damaged too easily. But it still has the same features, still has the same charge capacity. This one and the other Black series has also the capability to go into a commercial space, because you can use the app now to authenticate who uses the charger. So you can set a password, or you can enable a RFID card where you can swipe and you can have users and how many persons will be able to use the app and all of that kind of stuff to swipe in or use the device. Go ahead.
And you said the communication protocol is Bluetooth?
So the first initial setup, we normally use Bluetooth to find the device.
Okay. But then
so
after that?
Once you find the device, you can put it on a net. All right, have you ever installed a wireless router? Or like a expander or anything like that?
Yes, expander.
Yeah, like an expander. All right, so it's the same concept. So once you make the first initial connection with the device, you can go into the app and you can select the Wi-Fi setup. So you search for the Wi-Fi that you have in your area and you connect the device to that Wi-Fi device, right? So now, once it goes online, you now can access the unit, even if you go in the car park, or if you go somewhere else, as long as you have internet service on your phone, you will be able to access this device because it's connected to your home network or your business network.
Okay.
But the first initial setup, you have to use the Bluetooth to connect to it. JPS has the right to sell electricity, so it's against the law to sell electricity, just so you guys know. Yeah, so all of this is either for personal use or no other avenue. No, you can't sell anything from it at all. All right, so yeah, Bluetooth connection, and we make the first setup, connected to the Wi-Fi, then you'd have access to it.